Cloud codes. We're on our third webinar. We're going to have our third webinar this evening. And each webinar is a building block on each other. So yeah, the day before yesterday, the first one was the spirit of creation. And that was really going into truth, really working with the system that we can know our inner world as a creator. And then we set the intention to create and connect to the outer world of creation. So to build up a trust, it's more that it was about building up a trust between inner creation and outer creation. Because without that, how can we change ourselves and how can we change the world around us? So this was really potent on the spirit of creation. That was the first one. Then yesterday's one was the spirit of wisdom. Now, the spirit of wisdom was very interesting. And it seems all very simple because it is simple, but it's bringing it in on a very deep level. So we are spirit here as frequency in this physical body. And then how much of that frequency can this body hold in a pure state? So what it's doing is it's dropping deeper into the cells so you can manage to manifest who you are without the programming, without the mindsets, the limiting belief systems, without the trauma. So what it's doing is it's strengthening your system. So when you're in the spirit of creation, then the new visions come down or the next steps of your destiny comes in. And what happens with that always, for me anyway, is my experience of it is that sometimes that vision doesn't fit in my vessel completely. So usually it drops in. So it's usually on the upper chakras. And then it takes time to work it into my body level and work through all my programming so I can go into pure frequency of that new vision, that new project. So this is really important to know that, when a system, the next step drops in or your project drops in, you have to work it in your system because you have to work through all the blockages, you have to work through all the limiting belief systems, you have to work through your trauma till you have it in your system. So yesterday's was really about teaching you how to get it into your system and cleaning the system. This evening's one is the understanding of systems, how systems work, how to manifest, how to create, and how to see systems, how to feel systems, how to work with systems. Because without the knowledge of systems, how can we be creators here? So there is a sequence, there is the divine laws of the universe, which are basic, but they're very important to know. So I'm going to work with the systems. I'm bringing the knowledge in this evening, and then we're going to go to spirit of counsel, spirit of might, knowledge of creation, destruction, and awareness. So these 7 webinars are building you up to really be in your truth, to be solid in your system, so that, if there's manipulation on the outside, that manipulation can't get into your system. But what it can do, it will activate the manipulation in you. And that is the problem. So if you don't address the manipulation in you, you will activate it and you will become it. So everything that's happening in the world at the moment is a reflection of our own archetypes of demons, of manipulation, of lies, of deceit, which we haven't addressed or we don't want to address or we don't want to see. And we don't want to acknowledge maybe that daddy in the system, in the ancestral line, maybe wasn't taking care of us. We weren't safe. So then we trust a government that is clearly, I'd say, I'll leave it up to you to decide what your government's doing for you. But really, you're going to be attracted to an abuser. You're going to let an abuser decide about your health, your wealth, your life, and really stay in that old archetype of programming, the trauma bonds. So for me, it's about this webinar series has come in at this time to match where we're at, because it's about deprogramming our system. It's about releasing all the manipulation and lies from our system first, to take authority back of our own health, to drop back into nature, to drop back to basics about who we are, about reconnecting with people in the purest state, and to work through all the manipulation, the lies, the deceit, the illusions, and to be able to feel the truth, call out the truth without hatred, but from your system. Because if you're calling out the truth and you haven't addressed your own truth, who are you? So it's about clearing the resonance of lies within you, and then you stop creating it and you stop manifesting it. And all the systems of lies will collapse as they're all coming up at the moment to collapse, because the truth is sustainable. Creation is sustainable. Creation doesn't care about the ego. It doesn't care about manipulation or destruction. It will smash the whole system. So this is what's happening, is that all these systems are coming up to be addressed. They're making a lot of noise because it's in us, and we must work with our own manipulation. And when I say that, this manipulation and these traits are usually coming from, first of all, the ancestors. They're coming from past lives. They're coming from our own system. They're coming from what we've learned in life and what we've experienced. And if we are not strong enough to face what's in our own system, then we'll continue on the same cycles. So we can flip the timelines, change the timelines, and all the destruction will collapse. All the manipulation will collapse. All the destruction will collapse. All the lies will collapse. All the sheep, well, wolves in sheep's clothing, will be revealed. So we really need to look behind systems. When a system is showing yourself, you can see it in the world at the moment. Are the ones who are taking care of your health, are they really taking care of your health? Do they really care about your health? Political, do they really care about your children? Do they really care about you? Do they really care that you can feed yourself? Is the food clean? The food industry, do they really care that they nourish you? You have to find out that yourself. I can't tell you that. This is up to you. But you need to go behind and see what's behind systems. Because if you cannot read what's behind a system, and that's what tonight's about, I need to work it in my system. What is this on front of me? What is behind that system? Can I see what's behind that system? Is it truth? Is it an illusion? Is it a lie? Is there manipulation? Is it honest what they're telling me? So this is what I need to be able to do. And this is what this webinar series is about. It's about being able to discern, to know yourself, and to slip out of all the lies, all the manipulation. And by addressing, excuse me, what's in your system, you will not attract it to your system and will not even enter your system, because you are not that vibration. So let's clear all these systems so we can stay pure in our own system. So I'm doing that later. If you were not part of it, you can purchase it on the website, and 2 recordings are out already, and then we're going in live tonight. If you can't make tonight, it's okay. All the webinars I do take time to get it into the system, so you'll watch it a few times. So I look forward to seeing you there. If it doesn't resonate with you, ask yourself, why isn't it resonating with you? And usually that's the first part, because when the truth drops in your system, of course it doesn't resonate with you, because your system wants to control you to keep in your old stories and the old version of you. It doesn't like changes. It doesn't like free fall, because creation is free fall. I would invite you to get used to being in free fall, because that is you being alive and in creation. Have a beautiful day, and maybe I'll see you later at the webinar. Thank you.